folks, to Chris Wyatt's, the sun or the sky looks pretty good. Chris Wyatt's meet and greet, the Twickenham edition here at the HSBC Sevens tournament in London. And Garrett is with me, Garrett H., who was an early viewer of the program. And then a lot of things happening in life, like with the rest of us, and kind of went back to life and not so much on YouTube for a while there. But Gareth, do you recall when you started watching my channel?
I started watching it when you only had about 20 or 30 subscribers.
Are you serious? Yeah, in the early days, back in 2020?
Before you spoke to your mom.
Wow. So that's even before I even went on Ronaldo's. He used to have the call-ins and I went on there. Yeah, because the first time I went on Ronaldo with a call-in, I went from 32 subscribers to 187. I remember very vividly. People like, who's this Oak man? Who's this guy? Can you guys hear us okay? Dylan, can you hear us? Just let me know if you can hear us okay, because we got generators in the background. This phone is pretty incredible, but that doesn't mean it's working. So I went on Ronaldo, and people were like, who's this Oak? He switched on, and Ronaldo's like, do you have a channel? Okay, nobody's telling me okay, you can hear us great. Thank you, Dylan. Okay, and they're like, so do you have a channel? I'm like, I do, but I mean, what's it called? I didn't really have a name for my channel. I said, Chris Wyatt Africa? So, when Ronaldo, so you were with me before any of those other people, one of the very first.
Never subscribed, but watching you.
Oh, you never subscribed? Okay.
I only subscribed. I think we all ended up having that fight of who was going to be the 100th subscriber. So I was 99, 100 or...
Actually, I sort of remember that. Yeah, I think I sort of remember that. So that's early days, folks. Very early days of the channel. Of course, a lot's happened since then. The whole world, people have come and gone. We've lost folks from the community, we've lost family members, all of us. We've also dealt with a bunch of BS with the suspension of liberty. But here we are. It's 2022, London. I made it. So the only sevens tournament I've been to for HSBC in the past, World Rugby, was in Vegas. I've gone to 3 of those. And when they canceled it, they moved to Los Angeles. I don't like Los Angeles, and I don't really like hanging out with street people, homeless people, and getting hepatitis and things like that. So I didn't go to Los Angeles, and I was supposed to go to Vancouver, but I had a commitment and I had to cancel it last second. Lost a little bit of money on that. But anyway, so here in London. So this is the second one. You live relatively close. You're near here.
Yeah, just 2 kilometers in Twickenham.
2 kilometers away. Look at that, right away from the stadium. So I take it you've probably been here for rugby before.
Australia, yeah.
Okay, and how was that?
A lot busier than what you think.
I can imagine. It'd be quite crazy. But so today, what do you think so far of the games? Obviously disappointed.
Disappointed. But good rugby, good vibe.
Yeah, no, we didn't see who was injured, but one of the Blitzbach was down, and maybe somebody saw it on television. I don't want to speculate, but I thought maybe it was Muller Duplessis. We couldn't tell. And he went down, and it was a good 10 or 12 minutes that they were out there. I was very concerned because initially I saw no movement whatsoever, not even legs switching. And eventually I saw the left leg move, so that's a good sign. But they carted him off on a stretcher, whoever it was, and the Blitzbach had a 17-0 lead in the first half, and they gave away a try late in the first half. Sheikh Soyazwapi just gave up on the play, and someone else did too. I saw Muller Duplessis, who was 20 meters away from the play, come flying and try to get there in time, but it was just too much distance to make up. He got close. And so they gave up that try late, and that's the difference in the game. So now they have to compete for 5th place. Hopefully they'll get 5th place so they get the log points to move back to the top log with just 1 tournament left in Los Angeles, which I won't be going to because it's in Los Angeles. so you found
confidence, I think, in the right.
Yeah, I think yeah, probably. So let me ask you this question. How did you find me initially? I mean, do you recall how you came across my channel?
You just popped up on YouTube one day for no reason. No idea why.
Back when YouTube recommended my channel, the real days before whatever the hell her name is, and her bullshit censorship. Back before that, they would recommend my channel, and that's how you got it. So, wow, the heady days, the salad days of 20 when YouTube was less of a censorship platform than it is now.
Absolutely no idea why they recommended it. Suddenly an American code just popped up in my stream, and
But you must have watched some South Africa sort of content, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably why they did it. But these days, I mean, they won't tell South Africans who I am. They're afraid to let South Africans know because I might let people know the truth. We can't have that. You can't break the narrative. The algorithm is set up to make sure that I can't break the narrative. But so you've been here for a bit now. What bit different than Durban?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Bit colder.
Bit colder. Well, what's it like having electricity all the time?
Do we?
Oh!
Yeah, we've got no electricity, but we don't as slow as anything.
Yeah, the internet's a bit surprising. You think this is a developed world. No, you think this is a developed world, and I've had all kinds of internet challenges this past week. and also had a power challenge in the hotel last night. Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Did you hear me cussing?
Yeah.
Cursing? I was not a happy camper. No, it was working perfectly fine when I plugged it in. The light was there, and it just maybe the adapter kind of fell out of the mains or something. I mean, kind of eased back a little bit, but it's still kind of frustrating. Yeah, no. So obviously not nearly. I mean, this would be like the coldest it ever gets in Durban here. Yeah, just right now.
Yeah.
And you see me
Like summer.
shorts. So yeah, this would be as cold as it gets in Durban. So who we got there? We got the chat. So Erica's going to go tell people about the stream, but we're only going to do a few more minutes here because he came with other folks, and we don't want to keep him away for too long. But all right, so he found the channel. One of the early folks who watch it didn't unless you subscribe, but wanted to be that 100th subscriber. So yeah, I remember that. That was well. The same thing happened the second time when the channel was recreated. I created the second channel. People were like, "I want to be the 100th subscriber," and they try to fight over to be the 100th subscriber. But early days, and then as we said, a lot's happened in your family. A lot's happened to all of us, and then you kind of gravitate away from YouTube. You don't watch as much anymore, do you?
Not so much, no. Just don't have the time.
Well, yeah, there's that too. I mean, it does take a big time commitment. I know a lot of people just kind of play in the background sort of thing. That's how I used to listen to Ronaldo. I mean, I would be out exercising. I just be listening along and just kind of listen to his programs. But anyway, yeah, so this is probably the final meet and greet unless we do a live stream from London, which is possible because Hendo's going to come to London tomorrow. Shh, don't tell anybody. But Hendo will be in London tomorrow, and we may do a live stream there, but I'll definitely be doing something if I can find Wi-Fi in central London tomorrow. Initially, I wasn't going to go into town. I was going to spend tomorrow going through my bag, rushing around, getting a COVID test, because American got to have a COVID test even if you're vaccinated. Anyway, so I got to get a COVID test so I can fly home. But I was going to do all that tomorrow, but then I'm meeting with Lord Duncan McNair, who was a former member of the House of Lords. I interviewed him a few months ago. We're colleagues from some previous work. He's big into humanitarian law and that sort of thing. So I'm going to meet him tomorrow afternoon. But tomorrow I'll be seeing some Hendos coming up from Poole to join me in London. So we'll see how that goes. I'm probably going to visit a lot of the same places I've been, like maybe the British Museum, Hyde Park, Oxford Street, maybe Big Ben, that sort of thing, Piccadilly Square, that sort of thing. Get some Indian food down there. Oh, great Indian. I don't know. Maybe they've all closed because of COVID.
No, everything's open now.
No, but I mean, maybe they collapsed. You know, South African restaurants are all gone forever. Same in the States. I mean, I was walking around one town here in the UK, and I walked down the city center, and like 80% of the businesses are gone. They're just gone. They're gone because of COVID, and they couldn't sustain themselves. They're not big names with big, deep corporate pockets and ability to borrow billions of dollars. So their small operations collapse, especially restaurants. So, but anyway,
British Museum, great museum, and a lot of restaurants around there. So.
Yep, no, that's true. The reason I want to go back is that when I've done this before, I wasn't doing it for broadcasting, so it's just for holiday for myself. So now I want to do some videos so that people can see it, experience it, and I want to go see the Rosetta Stone again. So before they give it back, people in this part of the world have all this white liberal guilt, and they want to give everything back to everybody. But so one day the Rosetta Stone will find its way back to Egypt, I'm sure. So I want to get another look at it before it goes. But anyway, let's comment there. Chris has an hour to make it to the Anne Marie now. She is like insanely devoted to Formula One. Okay. She just goes on about Formula One all the time, and I don't really care for racing.
Take a drive up the M3.
yeah, that's Formula One. There you go. The M1 back and forth has been Formula One for me, with the way people dart in and out. But no, I'm not going to make the Formula One. I'll be here the rest of the day. With the U.S. competing for 9th place, and South Africa now competing for 5th place. It's probably going to be Fiji in the final. I might not even stay for the final today. We'll see. I get back to the hotel, get some exercise in. But anyway, so Garrett, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks a lot for watching the content, for sticking with me, and for popping back up and finding me again. It's I got the message from. I was confused. I'm like, because I thought it was from Hendo, because Hendo and I were chatting. WhatsApp puts a hot message at the top, and I went to respond, and I responded to you, and I thought I was talking to Hendo. And I looked down, wait a second, that's not the same number. It kind of threw me off. Anyway, so thanks a lot for meeting me. Thanks for watching the comment, or the content, not the comment. No, you're welcome, and I hope that we see you back on the channel. I mean, subscriber again at least. Anyway, so anything you want to share with the audience about South Africa, anything, or just
No, great country. Stay there, make it work.
Exactly. Which means you're going to need a change in government if you want it to work, because it sure don't work now. Anyway, folks, thanks a lot. This has been the meet and greet from Twickenham. This one is a surprise when I wasn't planning on this one, but Garrett surprised me, and we made it happen. So thanks a lot, everybody. Take care of yourselves. and be looking for more content. I've done a bunch of shorts today. I figured out how to get bandwidth, not kind of on the slide, but I got bandwidth. Yeah. But it's more than I had, because when I tried to upload my first short this morning, the spot I was in, it was taking 20 minutes and it loaded about 4%. I went to a different spot, boom, it uploaded about 30 seconds. So I've been doing all these shorts, which means I'm watching content or watching the games, making videos, walking outside, and uploading the videos, and then trying to spread it to social media. So let people know about the shorts, folks. Appreciate it. And once again, meet and greet with Gareth H. here in Twickenham. Blitzbox let us down, but hey, you know, maybe they'll win up the top of the log at the end of the week. We shall see, because Argentina's playing for 9th place as well, and so they're not really going to be a threat. Australia, though, is. Australia's right on their heels, so hopefully Australia get pegged down to 4th place, but they look pretty good today. Cheers, everybody. We'll catch you next time.